got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today we got rappers in fights. Pop Smoke, NBA YoungBoy, Quando Rondo, and ASAP Rocky from the Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel. So listen, man, rappers getting in the fights. A lot of the times they let their security handle their business, man. But when you from the streets like that, you can't go for somebody trying to test your gangster, man. You going for sure try to give them a receipt. You ain't going for none of that, man. So we gonna check out Pop Smoke, YoungBoy, Quando, and ASAP and see what this is all about, man. Let's get it.
Life isn't all fun and games. The success and money can make you a target to haters, which often leads to dangerous situations. Even with a team of security, rappers sometimes have to deal with situations alone. Here's a look at some of the craziest rapper fights that have gone down over the past few years. NBA YoungBoy.
YoungBoy had a lot
NBA YoungBoy is a popular rapper from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. YoungBoy is known for his unique trap sound as well as his wild behavior. At just 21 years old,
man, free top, man.
YoungBoy is known for his unique trap sound as well as his wild behavior. At just 21 years old, the artist has a criminal history that includes crimes like attempted first-degree murder and kidnapping. He's currently in prison for federal firearms charges after he was caught by Baton Rouge police at a music video shoot, along with 16 other people who were in possession of illegal weapons and
free top, free no cap, free Ben 10, man. Free
drugs.
Boys.
Being a convicted felon, YoungBoy is not allowed to possess a firearm or associate with other felons. Given that the case was elevated from a state to a federal investigation, YoungBoy may be looking at some serious time. Check out our video on rappers who ran from the cops for more info on this crime. So YoungBoy isn't just a rapper who talks about street shit for the clout. He really lives the life he describes in his music. Throughout his career, the rapper has been involved in several violent situations, including a fight with members of his own crew. Back in 2018, a video surfaced of YoungBoy getting into a pretty wild fight with a member of his own crew. It's not clear at first exactly where the fight takes place, but it seems to be backstage at a show.
I would not want to fight YoungBoy, dog. This nigga be moving aggressive in his music videos. Can you imagine how aggressive this nigga move in the fight? Fuck, I look like this nigga already stern in the motherfucking his music videos. You know he gonna put the beats on you.
2018, a video surfaced of YoungBoy getting into a pretty wild fight with a member of his own crew. It's not clear at first exactly where the fight takes place, but it seems to be backstage at a show. YoungBoy's artist Quando Rondo can also be seen participating in the attack and is the one who throws the first punch. Quando punches the victim, but then is separated by the rest of the crowd.
Wow.
YoungBoy picks up the attack and gets the dude on the ground. He starts throwing wild haymaker punches while the victim tries to get away.
Damn.
He clearly doesn't want the smoke because he can be heard yelling, "What are you doing? Why me?"
What are you doing? Why me, ass nigga? Why'd you pick me, ass nigga? I'm a fan, ass nigga.
Because he can be heard yelling, "What are you doing? Why me?"
Looking at
What are you doing? Why me?
Hey, it's not funny though, but the way dog said that. That nigga felt after that day, no, he felt the most betrayed by his niggas, man. What are you doing? Why me?
The victim tries to defend himself with his legs and manages to kick YoungBoy in the chest and knock him to the ground.
Wow.
YoungBoy gets back up and keeps throwing punches, but the video ends not long after. At first, it was unclear who YoungBoy was attacking in the video and why he would be so hostile toward his own crew, especially when it seems like the dude didn't want any problems to begin with. But a year later in 2019, YoungBoy and Quando Rondo were sued by a former DJ and tour manager who claimed that they violently attacked him backstage at a concert in South.
Man, listen, when you can't beat him, sue him. That's so crazy though. Cause what if he really did something to deserve that ass beat?
Were sued by a former DJ and tour manager who claimed that they violently attacked him backstage at a concert in South Carolina around the same time the video was released. The DJ's name was Carl Capers, and he sued both rappers, claiming YoungBoy and Quando Rondo assaulted him in an unprovoked attack that left him with a cracked tooth, bloody face, and an injured reputation in the music industry.
Damn.
The fight took place backstage after a concert at the Florence Center in South Carolina.
That's crazy.
During the concert, someone tried to snatch YoungBoy's chain, and he ended up punching the fan in the face.
So this was that same concert then?
During the concert, someone tried to
So YoungBoy was already hot. He was already on 10. All you had to do was look at him the wrong way.
That's YoungBoy's chain, and he ended up punching the fan in the face, which set off a brawl. Check out our previous video on rappers getting their chain snatched for more info on this fight. According to the lawsuit, Quando Rondo told Capers to go back into the crowd where the brawl was still taking place and help one of their friends, which Capers refused to do. That's when Quando socked him in the face and YoungBoy jumped in to continue the attack.
Wow.
Quando and YoungBoy were probably all jacked up on adrenaline from the brawl and felt disrespected after Capers didn't want to ride for the team. If Capers was just a hired DJ and tour manager who wasn't involved in the streets to begin with, YoungBoy and Quando shouldn't have expected him to participate in the brawl.
I mean, you got a point on that, but you hanging around these niggas, if you they DJ, you know, on tour and all that, you hanging around these niggas, boy, you better be ready. You better, man, I'm telling you, you better be ready on point. If something go down, you going with them. I don't care if you affiliated or not, you going with them. Come on now. Y'all come in together, you're going to fight together, man. That's the oath that you got to take.
Manager who wasn't involved in the streets to begin with, YoungBoy and Quando shouldn't have expected him to participate in the brawl. But if he had been a part of YoungBoy's entourage for a while, he should have known what comes with moving with a group like that. Based on the lawsuit, it seems Capers was just a basic DJ hired to do his job and didn't know how real it could get when you go on tour with NBA YoungBoy. It seems like YoungBoy was upset about almost having his chain snatched and took it out on his innocent DJ. But if you thought NBA YoungBoy was wild, his crew member Quando Rondo is just as crazy. Check out this next brawl the rapper got into at a basketball game in Atlanta. Quando Rondo. Just like his mentor, NBA YoungBoy, Quando Rondo is a rapper who just can't stay out of trouble. Both rappers have a crazy temper, and it seems like wherever they go, they get into it with someone. Back in 2019, not long after Quando first started to gain some attention for his music, the rapper was involved in a huge brawl at a basketball game. Footage from the event shows a massive fight break out at a basketball game in Atlanta. It's not clear what happened, but Quando can be seen being yanked back by security after being on the floor in the middle of the action. The artist can be seen throwing up gang signs as a security guard pushes him back up on the stage, and that's where the video ends. It's hard to tell from the video exactly what went down.
Quando got into it with a lot of people, wasn't it? It was one issue where he got into it with NLE Chopper. I don't think they fought. It was just they were like having like a yelling match at each other, and then it was the part where YoungBoy like kind of threw. I don't know if he threw Quando to the ground. I think there was another thing with Quando in the store. Like Quando, this man, I'm telling you, this nigga get into it with damn near everybody.
Back up on the stage, and that's where the video ends. It's hard to tell from the video exactly what went down, but it seemed to involve a bigger crew than just the rapper. One thing is for certain, Quando and his crew don't play around. Members of his entourage are currently under investigation for the murder of King Von outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in November 2020.
Still crazy to think.
If you've been following our coverage on Chicago drill rappers, you know that King Von was one of the most notorious shooters in Chirac history. Von allegedly had beef with YoungBoy over a female, which meant he also had beef with Quando and his crew. They ran into each other that night outside the hookah lounge, and a fight broke out that cost Von his life. Rondo wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, but police have arrested a suspect named Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim, who was part of Rondo's crew, and fired on the Chicago rapper after he punched his man in the face. The trial is still ongoing, but proves that the NBA camp, Rondo and company included, are not the ones to mess with. This basketball game brawl is just further proof that no matter where they're at, if Rondo and his boys feel disrespected or violated, they're gonna do something about it. Hopefully, Rondo can put the King Von situation behind him and focus on his rap career. Although the fights and shootouts may earn him respect in the streets, it won't help his rap career to have half the industry turn against him.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people were saying Quando's blackballed, and honestly, I feel like he is. I feel like he is, man. You know, I'm not one to pick sides on this channel, man, but I think Quando, his music quality is it's top notch. There should be no reason why people sleeping on him. But yeah, because of the situation, because you know how he handled it, and you know what's been going on, he's pretty much, you know, him and NBA, they're just the bad guys of the industry right now, man. I feel like, you know, it sucks because it's gonna derail his career big time. Like, yeah, he got some loyal fans right now, man, but I just wish that whole King Von situation didn't even have to happen, man. Honestly, like that's I don't know. It's crazy. It could have been avoided. It really could have.
Fights and shootouts may earn him respect in the streets. It won't help his rap career to have half the industry turn against him, even if the shooting wasn't his fault. With YoungBoy potentially going away for several years, Rondo will have to hold it down for the entire crew, which is already going to be hard to do with such a big target on his head.
Yeah.
This next artist got into a wild street fight in Sweden and ended up spending over a month in jail. Here's what happened.
A$AP Rocky.
A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is a rapper, actor, and fashion model from Harlem, New York. Rocky blew up back in the early 2010s along with other members of the A$AP mob with tracks like Peso and Purple Swag. He went on to establish himself as one of the leading young voices in New York City hip-hop and built a career as a creative entrepreneur who has dabbled in everything from acting to producing. But with every successful career comes a few ups and downs, and in 2019, Rocky was arrested in Sweden after getting into a fight with an annoying fan. A$AP and his crew were overseas in Sweden when they started being harassed by an annoying fan. They were doing some shopping in Hortegate Square in Stockholm when a man named Mustafa Jafari and his friends started following the rapper. A video of the lead up to the brawl shows Rocky's crew and their bodyguard telling the kid to leave them alone and walk the other way. He keeps complaining about his headphones and refuses to go away.
Nobody wants to fight him. Go that way. My headphone, you're crossing. You're crossing my headphone.
The bodyguard later admits that he broke the kid's headphones, but only after Mustafa hit him with them. The video continues on.
I don't know. Fans need to learn boundaries, man. I was going to say just throw him a 20 and tell him to get some new headphones, man. But don't be throwing shit at people, man. Fans be getting too obsessive with these people, man. You know, they normal at the end of the day, too, man. Stop approaching niggas any type of way.
Later admits that he broke the kid's headphones, but only after Mustafa hit him with them. The video continues on for several minutes as Rocky and his crew tell the kid to leave, and he just keeps complaining about his headphones. They are surprisingly patient with the dude, who just won't take a hint. Things get even tenser after a girl walks up to them and claims that Mustafa and his friend grabbed their asses. That's when the ASAP mob decides to do what they have to do.
Excuse me, did these guys touch you?
Yeah, we don't even
No,
know.
they're just
They
following.
keep touching us and following us.
This other guy,
Yeah.
he slapped my ass and my girlfriend's ass.
Rocky himself posted footage
That could have been cap. It could have been cap, too, man.
of the actual fight on Instagram.
I just feel like some people love instigating shit. She probably ain't got no ass, but she just, well, he touched my ass too. Like,
Later picked
and
up-
then what ASAP Rocky do? Beat the nigga ass, and now you in prison for a month.
By TMZ. You can see the rapper grab the kid by the chest and then whip him to the ground.
Damn.
Where he and his entourage start beating and kicking him. Jafari was pretty beat up and ended up getting cut with broken bottles that were on the ground.
Damn.
He had to get picked up by an ambulance and ended up filing a complaint with the police over the assault. Rocky was later arrested after performing a gig at the Station Arena and brought to Kronenberg Remand Prison, where he was held until trial after he was deemed a flight risk. Rocky's arrest was a major scandal in the US, and many advocates called for a boycott of the country until he was freed.
Note to self: don't beat a nigga ass in Sweden. That's all I'm gonna do. Don't beat a nigga ass in Sweden. I'm not trying to, and it's crazy though. Like, this the shit that I be talking about, man. Stop trying to look tough in front of these females. Like, okay, yeah, if he grabbed ass, yeah, the nigga, he deserved to get his ass beat. But if it was cap, I mean, and that ain't even your girl. What? You about to do some prison time for some random ass person in the street, like just trying to show off and trying to look tough, and now you go to prison. Like, you know them countries don't play, especially with Americans. You go over there, you want some bullshit, they will lock you up. Shit, they probably will try to kill you.
Remand Prison, where he was held until trial.
That's why I don't care. Like, I ain't trying to look tough in front of no female. I don't care about that. Fuck, I look like. If it's beef, then it's beef with us. Fuck having all
Gig at the
that.
Station Arena and brought to Kronenberg Remand Prison, where he was held until trial after he was deemed a flight risk. Rocky's arrest was a major scandal in the US, and many advocates called for a boycott of the country until he was freed.
That was crazy, though.
Rocky even found an unlikely ally in former President Donald Trump, who sent out a series of tweets demanding that the rapper be released. Around that time, Trump was working closely with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, who were allegedly the ones who asked the former president to do something about the situation. After an in-depth investigation into the fight, the court determined that although Jafari was being annoying, he did not threaten any violence until he was attacked. ASAP was found guilty of the assault, but released from prison on August 2nd, 2019. The verdict of the trial was announced 2 weeks later, and ASAP was given a suspended sentence in order to pay Jafari $12,500 KR, which is around $1,270 in damages. Because
That's nothing, man. It could have been way worse, man. That could have been way worse. You could have been in prison over there still to this day. Because who knows how harsh they are, man. $1,200, man, that's not, he can hide that.
$1,500 KR, which is around $1,270 in damages. Because he already spent over a month in jail, he was not required to return to do any more time, and no other consequences came from the arrest. Overall, it was a
I
minor
bet he ain't never going back to Sweden again.
situation that got blown way out of proportion. The rapper and his crew warned the kid to go away several times, and he refused to do so because he clearly wanted attention. ASAP and his crew probably should have just ignored him until he got bored and went away, although who knows how long that would have taken. Luckily, Rocky was released without any serious charges being filed against him and was able to return to the States and continue his career. In the future, he should probably let his security handle those situations so he doesn't end up getting caught up in the middle of a Twitter war between world leaders.
I'm saying.
If you thought that was crazy, this next rapper ran from a dude with a gun, but then managed to double back and chase him off. Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was a
R.I.P.
popular
Pop.
drill rapper from Brooklyn who was tragically killed in February 2020. Pop blew up the previous year with hits like Welcome to the Party and Dior, and was seen by many to be leading the wave of the Brooklyn drill scene. But before Pop became an international superstar, he was just a regular street dude from Brooklyn who was involved in typical street life. Pop was known to be affiliated with a group called the Wu, an umbrella gang that contains various different Blood and Crip sets. The Wu was known to be with another umbrella gang called the Cho, which contains Gangsta Disciple, as well as some Blood and Crip sets. Check out our video on the Wus vs the Chos for more info on this deadly beef. Pop was a well-known figure in New York who repped the Wu, which made him a target anywhere he went in the city. A video leaked to the internet.
If anything, I thought the Wus were the most favorite of the city, man, because there's so many GDs that get a lot of hate in New York.
In New York, who repped the Wu, which made him a target anywhere he went in the city. A video leaked to the internet allegedly shows Pop being chased by a dude with a weapon. The video shows a man who looks like Pop Smoke in a white t-shirt and a Yankees cap running across the street being chased by a dude wearing a red bandana. Pop did rep the Crips, so it would make sense that a Blood might try to get him.
But in New York, Crips and Bloods are against the Gangsta Disciples, though. I thought they were like allied in some way in New York, because I know the Bloods don't fuck with the GDs, the Crips don't fuck with the GDs. I thought it was all mutual with them too.
Dude wearing a red bandana. Pop did rep the Crips, so it would make sense that a Blood might try to get him, especially if he's affiliated with the Cho. They run into the middle of an intersection.
Yeah, I guess he could be.
Where vehicles are parked at a red light. They appear to be on Avenue I, a street that runs through the Midwood and Flatland neighborhoods of Brooklyn, not far from where Pop grew up in Canarsie. The dude in the red bandana tries to hit him with something, but Pop manages to get away and use one of the vehicles at the red light as a shield. The attacker then starts hitting the vehicle, which then drives forward into traffic and crashes into a van that's driving down the cross street.
Damn!
Both vehicles stop and form a wedge that protects Pop from the attacker. This must have been some sort of orchestrated attack, because the dude with the red bandana then gets into a car in the other lane and they speed off.
Wow.
Pop and the driver of the car that hit the van both try to chase after them, but obviously they aren't fast enough and Knops get away. The whole thing was captured by the driver in the car behind him.
That's crazy.
If you like,
I've never seen that. I ain't never seen that video before, man. I thought he was gonna show the one where Pop beat up that dude in the store that tried to punk him out when he was 13, but I ain't never seen that.
And Knops get away. The whole thing was captured by the driver in the car behind him. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos. From rappers who ran from cops.
Man, that's crazy, man. Rappers and fights, Pop Smoke, NBA YoungBoy, Quando Rondo, and ASAP Rocky. Link down below in the description if y'all want to check it out in its entirety uninterrupted. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me on daily reaction videos. Hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta